Could we add 1/5 plus 3/5? What'd they get me?
4/5.
4/5. So here's the deal, what we're doing today. Here's what I'm giving you. You've always learned, oh, I got to get common denominators to add these up. So I'm giving you this today. I'm giving you the answer, and I want to know what two fractions added up to get it. And you're like, well, that sounds terrible. It's really not bad, I promise. But this is what, for a little context. We've always said, oh, okay, I can add these fractions, get the answer. Today I'm going to give you the answer, and it's called decomposing into partial fractions. You will not need this until Calc 2.
Okay.
Is everyone going to do Calc 2? Nope. And that's okay. I'm just teaching you a building block. So Miss Meister would use these in Calc 2. If you're a sophomore, maybe you want to go into Calc 2 while you're here. But if not, maybe you won't, and that's okay. So again, this is the answer. And I got to figure out what two fractions did I add together to get this? What did I need to, I'm going to decompose this so I can figure out what two fractions. So here's the deal. In order to figure out what fractions were added or subtracted to get a given expression, it is called decomposing. It's kind of a gross word. Into partial fractions. Here's what I want you to do. You guys agree? Here's what this is going to start as. I'm going to say I need some numerator over this denominator, and I need to add some other numerator over this denominator, which was x minus 3. This is my setup, you guys. This is the first step. If I didn't give this to you factored like in this one, we'll factor it to figure out what those two denominators are. You guys, does this look like a problem that we worked on Friday and Monday? Chit, what do we need to do to get rid of my denominators?
Multiply.
We need a, sorry, I'm asking you to read my mind. Don't we need an x plus 3? To get rid of that denominator? What also do we need? An x minus 3. Do you think you already got it, Beck?
No.
Oh.
Well, like, we have it. I have a.
So you guys, what's going to happen with this x plus 3 and that x plus 3? They gone, and this x minus 3? So kind of like you had, Blake, I have a 9 minus 9x left, right? Okay, let's keep going, you guys. What's going to cancel over here? My x plus 3's. What's left? Don't forget, this a is just taking a constant's spot. This is an a, so I want you to go ahead and say, all right, I'd have an a times x minus 3 left. You might be tempted to distribute that. It's actually going to make our life harder if we distribute it. So just leave them separate. And then, do you agree my b would have a x plus 3 left? Okay, you guys. Do you agree we have 3 variables here, an x, a, and a b? That is too many. You get a freedom right now that you've never had before. Well, kind of. I want you to pick an x value. Pick an x that is going to get rid of my a's. I want to have no a's out there. What would x be so that I'd have 0 a's? 3. You guys, you get to just say, guys, I want my x to be 3. My x is going to be 3 just for this instant. Then I need you to plug in 3. I struggled with that word. To all my x's. What would I get here if I did 9 minus 9 times 3? 9 minus 27 would get me negative 18. Thanks, buddy. So I'm going to get a negative 18 equals, what if I put a 3 in right here? 0 a's. They're gone. What if I put a 3 right here? 6 b's. What is my b value? Done. You just got what this value needs to be right here. Not bad. Okay. You guys, we got to do one more to solve for my a. So I need to pick another x. I'm going to do a whole new thing. When x is, and I got to get rid of my b's. What do I want my x to be so that I have no b's? Agreed. So I'm going to use an example when x is negative 3. You guys, you go plug that in again. If x is negative 3, what are we going to get on this side? Positive 36, because 9 plus 27 We have me 36. How many A's would I have? Be careful. Negative 6 A's. How many B's? None. What is my A going to equal? Yes. So what you've just done is you've said, okay, I now know if my A is negative 6 and my B is negative 3. Check out how I'd write it. My A is negative 6, so I'd say negative 6 over x plus 3. And my B was negative 3 over x minus 3. These are the two fractions, the two partial fractions I can add up to get my final answer. Would I have to get, so to your point, Blake, you agree on this one, I still have to get common denominators, multiply this one by an x minus 3, that one by an x plus 3, and then we would end up with that final answer. Yours was not wrong. This is just, I wouldn't even say better, different. The first step is to say this is going to be some A over a denominator. This will be some B over a denominator. The denominators, you're going to want that factored. I promise you, you can toot or O-toot all of the denominators. No quadratic formula or anything needed. What multiplies to be negative 1 and adds to be 1? I'm sorry, multiplies to be negative 2, adds to be positive 1. Y plus 2, y minus 1, is that what you said? Love it. Y plus 2 is then one denominator, and y minus 1 is the other. So here we are. Do you agree? I'm just saying, what two fractions do I add together to get this? What could we multiply everything by? What do we need to? Yeah, I'm going to say, all right, this guy needs a y plus 2 and a y minus 1. So does this guy. And so does this guy. Mr. Wyan. Okay, people. What's going to happen with this y plus 2 and this y plus 2? And that y minus 1? They gone. What's left on the left side? 8y plus 7. Thank you, sir. What's going to cancel out here? This is the mistake people make. Are you ready? They put y plus 2 with the a. That's what they do wrong. Because we're human, Sean. We make mistakes. Maybe they were looking on their phone and they missed that step.
Oh,
I didn't miss that.
I did it. I had the same.
Oh, I messed that up even more.
Uh-oh.
They did.
Okay, you guys. Here's the kind of the awkward part because this is new for us. I said, hey, go pick some y values. Blake's going to pick an x. What do we need my y to be to have no a's? 1. You guys, we got to go plug in 1 for all my y's. What's that going to get me? 15 gets me how many a's? No a's, agreed. And 3 b's? I agree. Sean, my b is 5. Now, Coop, you're going to get your a is 5, and that's okay, because I'm going to show you how we're going to match at the end. What's my other y value that I have to use? Negative 2 is going to get rid of my b's, so that's going to be my other variable value. Then I'm going to go plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. Negative 16 plus 7 is... Good. How many a's would I have? Oh my God, Mateo. If I got negative 2 over here, I'd have no b's. What's my a going to be? 3, right? So, because my a goes over y plus 2 in my setup, I'm going to put a 3 over my y plus 2 in my setup. If you flipped the denominators, your b will be over your y plus 2, but our final answer still looks the same. So regardless of your setup, our final answer needs to be this, or this whole fraction could be in front of this whole fraction, but the 3 has to be above the y plus 2, and the 5 has to be above the y minus 1. A capiche? This one's kind of gross. Toot or O-toot? Annoying. We got an O-toot. What multiplies to be 3 adds to be negative 4? -1 and -3. Bring down your first term. -1, -3 is what Blake said. Bring down your last term. Excuse me. They multiply to be -3. They add to be -4. Good. I'm going to factor out a what? Just a y, right? 3y minus 1? Ooh, this is so close. This is a -3y plus 1.
Wait, no. Why? Why would you factor out a y though?
Because that's all they have in common. Did you put your numbers in a different order, maybe, Koopy?
No.
So hold on. I think you
Well,
just
wouldn't
haven't
the
looked.
Like, wouldn't you be able to take a y?
Hold on. I think we might be at the same thing. I'm just not there. This is my final answer.
Okay.
All good. We okay with that? O2 did. This is the denominator. So what we got to say is, okay, I know I'm going to have some numerator over. Which one do we want to put under A? Let's just do it together. Okay, great. We'll just put y minus 1 over A. And then under B, I'd have 3y minus 1. You guys, if you don't want to write all those denominators every time, you could always just write it once on the way outside and just know that they're going to get distributed to all of them if you want to. Is that potentially going to lead to more mistakes? Probably. But I just wanted to throw it out there. What would cancel out when I take all of this over here? What would I have left? Yeah, what would I have left? I would just have that -4y, or just the new me, right? Okay. What's going to happen when I take that over here? A would be multiplied by what? Beautiful. And my B would be multiplied by what when I take it here? Oh, you okay? I'd still have a y minus 1 up there. You guys, is it always the opposite? A will always be over the other with the other denominator. B will always be with this denominator every time. Okay. I chose this one because my y's aren't as obvious. What would my y be here? 1/3. And if you struggle with that, you just set it equal to 0. We add my 1. We divide by 3.
The 1/3 one's weird.
To come out, well, it's not 2 Uggs. It's not 2 Uggs.
It's ugly in the middle, but not at the start and the end.
Got you. So y is 1/3 is going to be one of them. When I put that right there, what would we say? -4/3. We're going to have no a's there.
And
1/3 minus 1. 1/3 minus 3/3.
that's -2/3.
Agreed. You guys, dividing by -2/3 on both sides is the same as multiplying by? Dividing by -2/3 is the same as multiplying by?
0.66.
Gross, without a calculator. -3/2, the reciprocal.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I messed up.
Which, yeah,
We'll see if we get the same answer.
no, because this is -1.5, it's not 0.66. Dividing by -2/3 is dividing by -0.66. Well, hold on. Let's just see what I get when I get my final answer. I'm going to get B equals, what would I get on top? Oh, look at these 3's just cancel.
Hey,
What's a negative times a negative? Positive, what's 4 over 2?
8. Oh, I got the same.
Good. Okay,
Yeah.
my B is 2. What would be my other y value? What am I going to use over here to get rid of my b's? 1. My y is 1 is going to be my other y value. Much nicer. If y is 1, you guys, if y is 1, what do we have here? -4. If my y is 1, how many a's do I have? 2 a's, right? What's a? -2. Final answer. Go put your -2 where your a is. So I'd say my final answer is -2 over y minus 1 and 2 over 3y minus 1.